Hey guys, I'm going to do the next four here. Number 38, 3. You're going to skip, cross off 36 because the answer choice or the answers were cut off. And then we'll do the next two on the next page. So number 38, a warehouse floor has a perimeter of 6,615 feet. What is the perimeter of the floor in yards? Okay, so there's some important information here, guys. Well, 6,615 feet, and we need to know what it is in yards. So get out that math reference sheet or look it up. And we need to figure out how many feet are there in a yard. Well, there are 3 feet in 1 yard. So if I have 6,615 feet, how many yards would that be? Okay. So remember our little methods that we'd use. If it's side by side, we divide. So we need to figure out how many times can 3 go into 6,615. Divide it by 3. Right there. And go ahead and solve and work that problem out. I'm going to go on to number 3. You can pause it and work on it. Number 3, a house painter mixed 5 gallons of blue paint to every 9 gallons of yellow paint in order to make green paint. Which ratio of gallons of blue paint to gallons of yellow paint will be the same shade of green paint? Okay, so looking at my question here, we need to figure out what's going to be the same shade of green paint. Well, our mix is a 5 gallons of blue to 9 gallons of yellow. So it's a 5 to 9 ratio. Blue to yellow is a 5 to 9 ratio. Okay, we need to figure out which one of these answer choices gives me a 5 to 9 ratio. Okay, I don't like it with the colons set up like that, so we're going to go ahead and flip them into fractions. 30 over 54, 6 over 10, 10 over 45, and 27 over 15. I can go ahead and eliminate one answer choice. If I know that's a 5 to 9 ratio, look at the numbers. 5 is smaller than 9. Okay, that's smaller than the other one. That's smaller, but this one cannot be it. Eliminate that one because there's no way it could be it. Now we need to figure out, well, does this equal 5 over 9? Does this equal 5 over 9? And does this equal 5 over 9? Okay, so let's just start at the bottom real quick. Okay, so I take 5. How do I go from 5 to 10? Well, times that by 2. Well, does 9 times 2 give me 45? Does 9 times 2 give me 45? No. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, I can't multiply 5 by whatever to give me 6, but I can check and see if they're equivalent. 10 times 5 is 50, and 9 times 6 is 54. Are those two the same? Looking at our next one, well, how can I go from 5 to 30? Well, times that by 6. So does 9 times 6 give me 54? Think about that. All right. Remember, you're skipping over question 34. Number 4. Okay, a barrel contains 60 gallons of water. Water leaked out of the barrel at a rate of 5 gallons for every 3 days. At this rate, how many days will it take for all 90 gallons of water to leak out of the barrel? Okay, let's go back to our question here. We've got some information. Well, it's a 60-gallon. The barrel contains 60 gallons of water. So this whole thing right here is 60 gallons. Okay, and it has a leak. Doesn't mean that it all came out in one day. It was a rate of 5 gallons that leaked out every 3 days. So we're comparing. We have 3 pieces of information. We need to find the fourth. We're comparing 2 different things. We're comparing our gallons and our days. So let's make a chart real quick. So we're comparing gallons and days. So here it says it goes 5 gallons for every 3 days. But we need to figure out what 60 days is going to be. How can I go from 3 to 60? Multiply that sucker by 20. Oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. Hold on for a moment. See, caught myself. That 60 is supposed to be up here. I caught myself for a second. Oh, Lordy. I'm doing too many of these right now. So how can I go from 5 to 60? 5 to 60. Well, I can go from 5 to 60 by multiplying by 12. And 3 times 12 gives me what? 3 times 12 gives me what? Sorry about that. All right, number 11. Miss Torres is mailing a package that weighs 12.5 pounds. The post office charges by the ounce to mail package. How many ounces does the package weigh? How much does the package weigh in ounces? So again, get your math reference sheet out, guys. There's an important information in here that's already in. We need to figure out what 12.5 pounds. We need to figure out what that is in ounces. So if you go to your math reference sheet, or if you look it up, if you Google it, 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. Okay, that's weight ounces, not fluid ounces, guys, weight ounces. So make sure you're looking at your weight side of your reference sheet. Okay, so if I have 12.5 pounds, how many ounces is that going to be? Well, how do I go from 1 to 12.5? Multiply it by 12.5. So I need to multiply that 16 by 12.5. So 12.5 times 16. You can also think of it as 16 times 12, find that, and then half 16, which is 8. And then add those two together. You could break that up into 10, 2.5. 16 times 10 is 116. 16 times 2 is 32, so double that. So 116 plus 32, and then half of 16 is 8, and then add those together. You could have did it that way as well. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. And hopefully this evening or tomorrow, I will upload the other 4. You'll have a good day.